from the Lord, and you are given as a gift, and God has a plan, and I would just urge you to trust God, even in all of your decisions, including your love story that He's writing for you as well.
Right. Now, you and your husband are like a team. You go to these different places and you minister to people together. You encourage people. There's probably people under the sound of our voice that need encouraged today. And once again, we want to give these phone numbers out, how they can get a hold of you. Maybe just needing somebody to talk to. You know, that goes a long way. Now, what is your contact number, your telephone number?
606-269-3099.
And if there's places like churches or organizations like to come to get you to speak at their place, same number?
Same number. Yeah, that same number. I would urge people too, there's a lot of other ministries out there that can help you. For a woman who is struggling with a pregnancy, there's the pregnancy care centers. There's one right in London, Laurel Life Center, Laurel County Life Center. There's pregnancy centers in all areas. And again, knowing that God has a plan for that baby and a plan for you, and those who are struggling with the after effects of abortion, there's also help for you, and there's forgiveness through Jesus Christ and redemption, and God can take something and make it beautiful.
You know, I think the biggest thing about it is a young mother that's about to have a child, she panics. She don't know what to do, and you know, that fear comes on her. How would you talk to somebody like that?
Well, I would urge them to know that, again, God has them in His care, and I would urge them to surround themselves with people that do care about them. Sometimes that's not necessarily a family member, but there are people out there who really do care, and if you're a person who knows of a lady who's pregnant, I would urge you to be that friend, to come alongside of them, to give them that hope that they need, to give them that assurance that it's okay, and that these things that they're so fearful of, that God can take care of them, that God can provide their needs, and God uses us to be that person sometimes to provide whatever that woman might need.
Very good, very good. You know, there's so many people today that's in trouble, and they need these services. They need to choose life. They need to have that life and life more abundantly. You know, there's so many things that you can do to help yourself, and I commend your work that you're out here and you're trying to reach out to people through and by love and concern, because, you know, if we don't have that concern and show love to one another, what are we?
That's right. Well, the love of God is in us, and we need to show that love to others.
That's real good. So now you deal with the teenagers and you deal with the young adults. What about the grown-ups that's just going through hard times and struggles in their life?
Well, another issue that's affecting our nation is the issue of euthanasia, that once you're past a certain point, you don't have value anymore. And again, you do have value. God has a purpose, God has a plan, and there's something that He has a purpose for you in your life. It's not over. I encourage you to seek out what the Lord would have you to do, and some, their strength is gone, but you know, God says in His Word that when we're weak, we can be strong in Him. And we can definitely pray. We need prayer warriors. So people who, you know, feel like there's not a whole lot they can do physically, there's a lot you can do spiritually.
Now, what are ways that the people can get behind you all and help support this ministry?
Well, we strictly are a self-funded ministry, and we just receive donations, love offerings when we speak, and then we can be reached through our mail, which is P.O. Box 812, Pineville, Kentucky, 40977, and that gets forwarded to us wherever we are, at least every week.
Now, you guys spend a lot of time on the road, on the highway traveling. You was telling me about your motorhome. How many places, you know, estimate within a week that you go to?
Well, we've been in the Kentucky area for about 6 weeks, but we have traveled up to the Lexington area and then down into Virginia. So we usually park the motorhome. It's not real good on gas mileage. So we'll park it and go about 2-hour radius. And so we travel, and we could be in, it's hard to say how many places in a week, but we usually try to do about 3 services a week in the churches. and then whatever other opportunities we might have while we're there.
You know, the one thing that sticks in my mind, in my heart, is how so many people are going through so many struggles, and then they might go see a doctor or something like that. Drugs is not the answer.
That's true.
You know, drugging these young people up and just giving them this antidepressant and all this stuff. What people need is to get back to the basics like you're doing and counsel one another.
That's true.
And be there for each other.
Yes.
You know, because there's people that are struggling with depression. Depression is a bad thing. And, you know, it attacks people, attacks them in their minds. And the first thing they want to do is just put them on medication.
That's true.
You know, but what we need is to help one another.
Amen.
So that's what you and your husband is all about. Tell us about your husband now. We understand that, you know, he's busy today, but what does he do? Does he minister or what?
Well, he does the main speaking and scheduling of the ministry.